used to be real cool, then you turned out to be a snake. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, then you did some crazy shit. Can't trust you. We used to be real cool, then you turned out to be a snake. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, then you did some crazy shit. Can't trust you. We used to be real cool, then you turned out to be a snake. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, then you did some crazy shit. Can't trust you. Whatever happened to my brother's keeper? Used to be real cool, then you turned out to be a snake. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, then you did some crazy shit. Can't trust you. We used to be real cool, then you turned out to be a snake. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, then you did some crazy shit. Can't trust you. We used to be real cool, then you turned out to be a snake. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, then you did some crazy shit. Can't trust you. Whatever happened to my brother's keeper?
What's up, YouTube? I had to do this right now just for a little while because I got a date at 1, honey. Honey, I can finally do stuff and don't gotta come back home knocked up. Anyway, I just saw the saddest thing. It wasn't Puffy indictment, honey. That's called karma. The saddest thing to me as a mother, as a woman, a future grandmother, is to see a mom saying goodbye to her child for the last time. Now, some people may know, um, first of all, rest in power to Rich Homie Quan, the most underrated, illest rapper that Atlanta had, period. He ain't come out with all of that junky rap, Molly Percocet, mumbling and carrying on. Rich Homie Quan could go ball for ball with anybody. Very underrated. They took him out of the shit because he wouldn't do what somebody wanted. He was already signed. They murdered the guy he was signed under. And when you a real ass person, it's like, how the fuck you gonna do that? I ain't messing with you no more. And that's what happened. Okay, whatever. A week ago, September the 5th, I believe they said somebody gave him a bad pill, which is just what people are saying. Due to the way that relatives said they found him at 3 a.m. on the kitchen floor with food in his mouth. So I'm guessing that he must have felt something going left. He was trying to take something to absorb that shit, but it was over with. I also believe whoever found him dead. Uh, Nobody just thought, did you clear the airway? Like, it's a lot of questions I would ask as a healthcare professional. Then his baby mama said that she come down at 6 o'clock to take the children to school. She said she covered them up with a blanket. I ain't never seen nobody cold that I put a blanket on that ain't nestle up and cuddle up in the blanket, which this young man obviously did not, because when she came back, she said that's when, well, at 11 o'clock, that's when the 911 call was made. I don't know what kind of ties TMZ have, but goddamn it, TMZ had that shit pumping and jumping across the internet in like an hour. However, They laying the young man the rest like they having his services, everybody paying their respect. Shout out to Atlanta for their class and their couth concerning this young man. Okay? Because, you know, a lot of things could have went a lot of ways, but everybody put on their good clothes. I ain't see, even if they ain't, they had on street clothes. I saw a young man remove his hat. I saw respect. So that says a lot about the character of that young man. That says a lot about who he was as a person. When your peer group can have respect. When your peer group, which is a peer group known, for not being the most respectful group of people, have that type of respect for you. And I feel like because of all the details that I heard, uh, it sounded like it was a mix of fentanyl and hatred. I feel like somebody felt like what belonged to him should have been theirs, including him, his physical self. I feel like someone felt like if I can't have you, nobody can. His name came up in the trial. 2 days later, he gone. I can tell you, as a person that used to take pills, ain't nobody gonna just take no any old pill. After the fentanyl came out, that's when I said hell to the no. But today in 2024, ain't nobody gonna just take a pill and throw it back. They gonna examine that shit like the guy, like goddamn Bill Nye the Science Guy. They're not gonna just take no pill and say, "Ooh, happy day." So that's that. I feel like people really need to understand that no matter how much you may dislike a person, no matter how much, hatred or whatever you want to call it, because I don't really have no hatred for nobody, um, or jealousy. Those are weak emotions. I was taught that coming up. I don't have any weak emotions for any one person. I'm either going to have a problem, I'm going to deal with it, or I'm going to let you, I'm going to dismiss you from my reality, i.e., invite you out. But this, what I just saw, now, the choir was immaculate. It's this new thing now where they put crowns on people. It's called the crowning ceremony. So it went from being a home going to a crowning ceremony. Like everybody obituary used to say home going, but now it say crowning, and they play that I believe it's John. Can't remember, but it's the first chapter where he talk about, he'll wear a crown, and he'll put on his robes and tell his story of how he made it. So they sang the song for the young man, and they put the crown on the young man, and it was very emotional to watch a mom and a dad, to watch little babies that don't even know what's going on. Like, they looking at him like, why daddy laying there? Like, it was this one little baby. He couldn't have been no more than 3 or 4. I mean, that little baby was looking like, well, what y'all crying for? Well, wait a minute. What y'all doing with daddy? That was the look on that baby face. That did it for me. Turned it off. Couldn't do it. However, I feel like fentanyl and hate did it. I know somebody that got indicted. They in jail now. They gonna be there for a while too. And it was because when they, was setting them up to go down, he knew whatever was out there. And the person was telling them, hey, this is what's going on. And I mean literally it's a street called Greenmount in Baltimore. Up and down Greenmount. It was just ambulances everywhere. So you could literally see, like, wherever they got the dope, it had to been somewhere on Greenmount, and they ain't make it to where they was going, because before they got it, they was out. And whatever phone call was made, whatever, and the person said, yeah, they know it's bad, but it need to get gone anyway. So long story short, he got a few, second degree murder charges, manslaughter charges, I'm sorry, because he was like, yeah, I know it got all that fentanyl in it. Yeah, I know motherfuckers dying, but so what? How heartless could you be? How heartless could one be where you would lace a person vice and take their ass out this shit and not care about their children, not care about their mama, not care about nobody. And I see this young family, like I said, it's a lot to, somebody, it don't look right. It don't look right. But I'm not the judge or the jury. But when I saw that little baby looking like, what y'all doing with daddy? And why y'all, like he was, like you could see the wheels turning in that baby head. Like, what y'all doing with daddy? And why is he still laying there like it? Like, he looking around at everybody like, what y'all crying for? And what's wrong with that? Like, that right there just did something to my spirit. Because that's a child that's going to grow up fatherless, and that baby going to have certain little crossroads in his life, and he going to think back, might not remember certain things, but I can say, personally, some pictures you just don't get out your head. Some people deal with those emotions in a very negative way that won't ever bring them healing or peace. Some of us crave healing and peace, so we got to put ourselves through it. That moment, that time, that thing we saw, that thing we was in, that thing we have to put ourselves through it to understand it, process it, and let it be what it's gonna be. A part of our story, a part of our past, a part of our greatness, the things that built us into who we are today. But if you are going around and you are a part of one's demise, I can tell you from one of my other friends who's reading the unsealed document of Puffy, who said, what, uh, 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 how long ago was this? 10 years from now, we gonna still be on top. I told you that we won't stop. And what's going on right now? He can't even get a $50 million bail. If the damn man won't take 50 million from you, it's safe to say you're never coming home. They found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. They found IV hangers and fluids. They found 3 ARs and 1 magazine. So I guess they were going to share the damn magazine. Long story short, man, please be mindful of the evil things that you say and do. Because right now, I don't know what everybody else think happened on 8/8. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what people think happened on that day, but people should be mindful that our timeline we kind of went into a new timeline. Like, y'all remember when Nature Boy used to run around and say Age of Aquarius all the time? I think he kind of thought he knew what he was talking about, but he kind of did, but he kind of didn't. But he was right. This is the Age of Aquarius. And we just now went into this portal where karma is coming back for everybody. So if you've been running around for the last 20 and 30 years, giving everybody your ass to kiss and, doing the most horrendous, horrible things, you know, lighten the load, bruh. Me personally, I don't believe in taking the belt off nobody ass that deserve it. But everybody should be ready for their karma to come back if it ain't hitting them already. Cause girlfriend here, a lot of people ain't making it to the whole 5D new earth. I don't know what y'all people know. I don't know what y'all think. But a lot of people getting took up out of this shit. Not some cause they bad, some cause they just wouldn't survive in it. They old, they souls just, and some because that type of soul, spirit, entity, whatever has jumped in and ate that person's soul up, is not going to be allowed in the new age, in the new dawn, you know. So one way or another, people getting took up out this shit. But before they go, they on their Nino Brown. This is bigger than Nino Brown. This is big business. I ain't going by myself. That's what a lot of people feel. So before they go to whatever they gonna take a few good people with them. And that's how I feel about the young man, Rich Homie Quan. I feel like a karmic got him. I feel like at the same time, when a person have substance abuse issues and they're not receiving it from a doctor, that mean that person may not have access to Narcan. Anybody that listen to this, whether I hate you, whether whatever, if you indulge and you don't have Narcan, get some. The life you save could be your own, because they're out here giving it to people that got a lot of money, a little bit of money. It don't matter if you living out in the sticks and the mountains. The southwest, the southeast, the north. It don't matter where you're at. Once El Chapo got it in for his daddy, and they got El Mayo, ain't nothing else coming across this goddamn border. What's here is here, and it's getting stomped on, and that's just what it is. And people just need to be mindful. Be mindful. Care about yourself. Care about your life. More importantly, care about the next person. Don't be so stuck in your own alternative reality to the point that you cannot see. Don't be so stuck in that sunken place that you can't see the reality. Because yeah, reality can be a bitch. I had to accept some shit, over time. Trying to kill this goddamn man. Y'all don't know, y'all living in the sticks, man. I done seen bugs up here I can't identify, bro. But I'm a natural born fighter. I'm fighting motherfucking bugs. Anyway, me and him just got into it. I think he stung me, but I killed him. Anyway, it can happen to anybody, bro. I saw a police getting some drugs up off somebody, trying to get the shit up off the street, but this shit is dermal. The dermis is the skin, for anybody that don't know. This shit is dermal, so when the cop touched the goddamn fatty, he just started going out. His partner like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They Narcaned him 50 million times. He came back. But what about a household that ain't got no Narcan? And what about a motherfucker that nobody don't want to give them no Narcan because they want their ass dead? That's what I feel like happened to Rich Homie. I feel like ain't nobody want him alive. Not none of them motherfuckers that was in his house. Motherfucker wouldn't get a defibrillator. Motherfucker wouldn't call 911. He in the damn floor with food in his mouth. I feel like they ain't want him to be around. I feel like he maybe was maybe a problem for somebody. Evil with your way. That boy babies deserve to grow up with their father. Like, how could you take that from somebody? How do you live with yourself? How do you live like how do you live with yourself? Pretending like, because it has to be at some point, you have to show some sort of fake ass love. How do you pretend that you love someone? How do you pretend that you care for someone and see them in that state? Like, man, I done fucking resuscitated and helped people and put motherfuckers I don't even now know, let alone somebody I care for. But that's something that's going to be proven later on down the line, because toxicology take a little while. The fucked up part was seeing his mother, his grandmother, goddamn big mama ain't get the. It's unnatural. It's unnatural. It's unnatural. The older one's supposed to go for the babies. They just made a woman that watched somebody grow from a teeny tiny baby to a 33-year-old man, and then that shit was, man. And I also want to know why our news media say he was born 1 year when he was actually born another year, and try to change his age. Like, I'm starting to get, well, I've been weary of certain, but man, that this shit need to stop, man. Who's going to stand up? Who's going to lay down they fucking bullshit and really stand up? I know white people and black people that been took out this shit with fentanyl. I know people with money. The damn boy stage name was Rich Homie. He lived in a $2 million home. He died in that $2 million home. And it's a motherfucker out on the street without a dollar. I wouldn't give goddamn 2 Newport shorts. What the fuck? Help that person, man. People so fucking preoccupied with shit that don't even matter. People need to really open their eyes and understand this real shit happening out here. It's people being hurt. It's people dying. People ain't you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I saw a little boy looking at the whole family like, well, what the hell is going on? And I'm talking about, you could see the wheels turning in that baby head. Maybe one day down the line when he get a little older, he'll understand what it was that he saw. But the age he is and everything, it wasn't really, you could tell it wasn't making sense to him, the way he was looking at everybody like, what's wrong with y'all? And he looking like, and why he putting that thing on my daddy? And wait a minute, why is they putting that over there? We can't see him if they do that. You could see the wheels turning in his head. And I remember being a kid seeing such things, saying, well, how we gonna hear them talk if the hell y'all got that thing on there? And I remember my dad, God have mercy on his soul. I remember my dad trying to explain to me, that his mom was gone. But I'm like, oh hell no, we can't hear in there. You know, my grandmother was a real tall chocolate lady. She was real tall. She was real chocolate. My grandma was like 6'3". She was gorgeous too. She had long black hair. That was my baby, and she spoiled us rotten. So of course I'm like, well, how I'm going here talk, Dad? I'm asking him questions, but I don't understand. I'm talking to her first son. You know what I'm saying? That's his best friend, and he is just, what I'm saying, emotionally like done. But I'm his baby, so he trying his best, but he couldn't even, you know, looking back on it as an adult. I think he was trying to hold that shit together the best way he could. My dad was, my pops, he was the shit, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't no, but long story short, children have very long memories, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel so bad for that, like, any and everybody, like, say a prayer. Yo, peace, Mo. How you doing, girly? Um, like, any and everybody, like, yo, say a prayer for them little children that's burying their father right now. Cause somebody gave him a lace pill or lace something, you know, shit. Who knows how they did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to watch that. And then, I get the little, what's the name, and my buddy doing a whole long thing on, because they unstilled puffy shit. And anyway, like, I don't care. Like I said, I know black and white people that went out off that fence shit. If you ain't got, what I'm saying, if you're taking that shit and you're not getting it from a fucking doctor, pharmacies will give you Narcan. Go get some, man. The life you save could be your own, man. Too many people are dying for no fucking reason, man. It ain't gotta be this way. Like, it really don't. It don't have to be this way, man. All this fucking death. Now, I do know that a lot of people is going to be taken up out of this shit because they not going to, like, really be, how, like, if you was having a party and you say, I just want these people to come to my party. I don't want such and such to come to my party. That's kind of how, like, the new dawn is. Like, everybody ain't invited, bro. So, like, I do know a lot of people gonna get took up out of this shit some kind of way. I feel bad because I feel, that's just me. I feel bad for any goddamn body. Uh, because I'm a loving human. I'm a loving person. I feel bad for goddamn this crazy ass dog that's outside that make all this goddamn noise trying to hunt down goddamn groundhogs. I think they bank his ass at night. I don't know. If you don't know what bank mean to jump. You know what I'm saying? In Baltimore we say bank. But man, when I saw that poor little baby standing there looking at, I mean, he looking up and down the road looking at his grandma, great grandma. He looking at granddaddy. He looking at mama. He looking at everybody like, what y'all crying for? Daddy ain't moved all this that. Like, he looking like, well, what? Like, you could tell, like, you could see the wheels turning in that poor baby head. You know what I'm saying? Imagine 10 years from now talking to his siblings. You remember daddy's funeral? The older one's gonna say, yeah. And then that little baby gonna say, I remember this. And that's all I remember. How I know? Because, like I said, some things you just don't forget. Some shit you just don't motherfucking forget. It don't go nowhere. Ain't no way to get it going. Shit be in your head. You gonna be goddamn 40, 50, 60 years old. And goddamn remember the socks you had on, the shoes, you hated them. They was tight. Goddamn the dress. Back in the day we had them little weird dresses that didn't have no waist, that hem that go around the waist. Nah, back in the day, like the dresses was just like straight down. And if you had extra ass people in your family, it was a big ass piece of wire in that motherfucker. People in my family was extra, so it was lace tights, lace socks, hard bottoms. You kick a motherfucker in they shin, that shit get shattered. Like, that's the kind of family you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, children have long memories, man. Like, if you're out here and you're taking that shit, yo, like, and you ain't getting it from a doctor, please, like, go get some Narcan. Go get some Narcan, man. I don't want to hear about nobody else going out off this shit, man. It ain't gotta be this way. Yeah, it ain't gotta be this way. Everybody running around all this fucking hatred and nonsense all in your heart, building up all of these critical ass, weird ass shit in your mind and all that old nonsense. Like, nah, baby. Only people move like that is the people that, what, a trailer hitch is the shit. Oh shit. The little thing on the back. Oh fuck. I don't want to see nobody get hit with it. Goddamn. I'm thinking about that little, like, it's a little ball. It's like a metallic ball. Oh God, I don't want to see nobody get fucking hit with one of them in the shin. Goddamn. But yeah, people go around. They got these hateful ass, you know, like the hateful rhetoric, the innuendo, the shit they make up in their mind, the shit they do. And they don't even put into the equation, you know what I'm saying? That some people just don't even fuck around. Me personally, I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around because I just don't want to. I used to fuck around on here years ago. My God, I paid daily. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. If we can't talk online, we can't talk. We can't talk. I can count how many people I talk to on this shit on one finger. That's how that go. I can count how many people got my 10 digits on one motherfucking finger. That's how I go. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But mm-mm. Ain't got time to have no hatred. A lot of times people need understanding. People want to understand. Yo, that shit fucking sound fucked up, but fucking goddamn that goddamn piece off the back of the truck. Goddamn. But yeah, not everybody is interested in just doing bullshit. That's not for everybody. Some of us is like, working on ourselves and, working on being our best selves. You know, me personally, I'm trying to fucking find a pair of Air Max that's not all one piece. I'm trying to find a pair of Air Max that actually have a tongue that I can lift up to work in. I refuse to work in these Air Max again. Okay, it was uncomfortable. Yes, they my favorite color, but nah, bro, nah. I'm going to Dick's, and I demand a pair of Air Max that I can work in. Some of us got shit on our mind like that, or a bag of motherfucking money, a check or something. Motherfuckers be chase your dreams out here. Like, don't get caught up. Ain't nothing wrong with growing and healing. That's the way to go. Like that book, man. Shit, y'all people don't even fucking know. Mm-mm. People don't even fucking know. Like I don't harbor grudges because I know what it leads to. I've seen people that dislike people. Well, this is something that happened in my neighborhood I grew up in recently. Mind you, little kid that did it, we knew these kids was fucking bad since they was little babies. One of my aunt used to hang with their mama. Like, she was at my auntie funeral. Like, they was thick as thieves. You know how, what I'm saying, you got some fat girls that's real pretty and shit. Yeah, my aunt and her homie, they pretty. So they would hang together. My aunt homegirl had a whole bunch of babies. And they would all be on their grandma porch. I only knew one of their names because that's my cousin's son. But the rest of them, I would call them badass kids on Miss Mills' porch because I know their grandma. Long story short, a few years ago, one of them badass kids, they grown now, said he was gonna kill a young man. I know his parents. I mean, I just know him because he named that this daddy that I grew up with. And this boy come up dead, and I don't hear nobody. You know how Facebook, you know, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get on there because somebody always died, so I don't like that. It's very upsetting. However, Uh, it wasn't no rest in peace. It wasn't no candlelight vigil. Everybody ain't go to the dollar store and buy all the balloons and shit. None of that. None of that for that young man. You know what I'm saying? None of that. None of that for that young man. I got a trifling ass homegirl. She probably on this bitch watching, but her trifling ass, she a trifling motherfucker. Like, how you tell somebody some mean ass shit? Anyway, yo, I got some mean ass friends, yo. Like, in my real life, I got some mean friends. I wouldn't. I'm not even gonna say that one here because that's not nice. However, nobody was really making no noise about it, so I didn't even know. I even talked to one of my cousins who, like I said, got a child with, so like I was confused, like, damn, why y'all ain't tell nobody? Like, we could have sent a flower there or something. And that's when A friend of mine said, you know, such and such said years ago he was going to kill that boy. That's why nobody don't care. Grudges. Grudges are not good. Sometimes it's best to speak with a person directly and air your grievances out and get some understanding and let that be that. If you and that person can't get that, leave it. Leave that shit. Say your piece and leave that shit. Because if you hold on, it's just like you fucking dragging around a big ass bag of garbage. Everywhere you go, you got this funky ass trash can just dragging it up and down around. Go to the bathroom, you got that fucker. You go to the goddamn car, you got it. You got to lift that motherfucker up and haul it in the car with you. Everywhere you go. That's what that shit is. That's what jealousy is. That's what hatred is. It's a bunch of garbage you carrying around with you. Where you and that person could get some fucking understanding. And then you could understand better. And be like, oh, okay, that's what that was. But instead, that shit is allowed to fester. So you leave some garbage to sit for a long time. What it's going to do? It's going to go bad. Hopefully, the shit is biodegradable. It could turn into compost. But, yeah, not really. You know, not out here. So people hate each other, jealous of each other. If you can't gain understanding with that individual, it ain't no point trying to gain understanding from somebody else that's not them, because they're going to tell you what they want to tell you. They're not going to tell you, oh man, that person is an awesome motherfucker. They don't like me though. You know what I'm saying? Then you got some people that's real, like my mean homegirl I was just talking about. That motherfucker, Lord, just we just not. Like I said, she probably listening. However, it's a lot of dark fucking people out here, man, that don't have no understanding of themselves or the world around them, the people around them, the state of these people's souls. You know, you could have some real serious light beings around you with some real serious spirit teams, like, and you'll wonder why every time you're around this person, like, you feel good, shit go good. Like when I'm done talking to that person, I feel encouraged, you know. And then you got some people when you're done talking to them, you feel drained, you feel unhappy, you feel angry. Those are the ones you want to stay away from. You understand? Those are the ones that you want to put a cap on it, like a old water bottle. You got to put in a recycled trash can. You know, just tighten that little cap up and keep that shit moving. Because if you get mixed up in that shit right there, you're going to be dealing with someone that's constantly projecting them negative emotions. If you can't bring them no type of healing or no type of help. Somebody told me a long time a motherfucker that smoke crack could get you on crack before you can get them off. It's a situation like that, you know. Some people, because they don't get no positive energy, you know what I'm saying? They get all of their energy from that dark negative place. And it's your job as a person that's trying to grow and be the best version of yourself. It is your job to guard your spirit and guard your mind and guard your body from things like that. You can't let any and everything just enter into your matrix. That's a crime I was guilty of years ago. I thought everybody was like me, but I found out otherwise. I don't look at it as a, oh my God, I hate, 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 hate. No, no, no. I needed to learn. I needed to learn. I needed to fucking learn. I needed to know. I needed to see. There was a reason, a divine reason. And that divine reason propelled me to a place where not only am I aware of others, I'm aware of myself. I am aware of myself. Okay? I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm aware. Like, I literally have clients. Like, I'm aware. I get it. I get it. It's cool. It's all cool in the game. But I do feel like fentanyl and hate is getting a lot of people out of here. Number one, if you're ingesting any type of opiate, please, if you ain't getting it from a doctor, go get some Narcan. Go get some Narcan, man. Save somebody's life. Have that shit by your front door. Somebody could be outside ODing. It don't matter, man. These is people that got caught up in some shit and they ain't found they healing yet. Every addiction is caused by something underlying, something emotional, something that's eating at that person's spirit. Okay? Some people done things that's so fucked up. They gotta be high. Some people have seen things that's so fucked up they just couldn't, you know? Some people just took some shit from a doctor and it went from there. It's a lot of different ways the shit can start, but it's looking like it's ending the same way. I'm talking about, I thought COVID was the great equalizer. Nah, fentanyl going on that motherfucking list too. I just now watched them put the top, you know, to uh, oh God, put the top of a coffin on a young man that called himself Rich Homie. So this shit is breaking uh poverty lines, race lines. This shit is the great equalizer, bruh. Why? Everybody going to the same medical examiner office. Everybody going to the same damn funeral home. This family might have 50K to spend. This family might have fucking 1,500. But they in the same goddamn place. The great equalizer. I said that about COVID. I'm like, yo, this shit the great equalizer. Every goddamn body. And anybody that knew me during COVID knew I was a nervous fucking wreck. All I know is one of my great aunts went in that motherfucker, never came back out. Like, I never seen her again. They let X amount of people come in. Everybody else had to watch off the damn, you know what I'm saying? Childhood crushes and shit. I was like, no. Like, my mind is like a fucking comedy skit. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. For real. When it come down to that right there, I definitely have to laugh to keep from crying. Cause yo, that shit was the worst. It was the worst. I thought that, it's still out here, so I hope people still got their masks and shit, like, cause people still getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, still going around. So hopefully everybody still got their N95s. Hopefully everybody is still, you know, keeping a healthy distance from people, especially motherfuckers that's coughing and, showing signs of sickness, looking all clammy and perspiring and all of that. Because, that's the virus coming out of them. Just a little. However, I think that hatred and fentanyl killed that young man. Because I ain't never heard of nobody finding their loved one somewhere passed out with food in their mouth and just laid them down somewhere and went on and about their business. How does that happen? How is that allowed to happen? Going on the bed. Yep, he was on the floor, passed out. Don't know if he breathing or not, but And then, people be getting with the ditziest damn young ladies. You know what I'm saying? Or young ladies that can be paid off. Like I said, there's some shit that's, to be told, to be continued, because toxicology takes such a while, and, it's just a lot of salt in the game. Period. A lot of salt in the game. Anyway, like, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan, man. That was the best damn rap Atlanta had. And that's what you call blackball, when a motherfucker can take every goddamn album that you release and fucking bury it. And everybody just think you gone. Young man went from making damn 140K, 50K a show to 12K in a matter of 6 months. So I can understand why the young man probably felt like, he needed whatever, whatever. But I also saw in one video where he said, he didn't take none of that stuff no more. And I also saw him do like a fucking freestyle where he said that, that his heart is broke. His homie just died because a nigga gave him a bad pill. Like, I really don't think that young man ingested that shit. Like, people gonna have to, like, provide answers. It's just too much that is not making sense. Like, you put a blanket on a dead body and just left out the house, like, and then came back and went to bed for some more hours, and then said, oh, let me go check on him. I put a blanket, like, I ain't never put a blanket on nobody and they ain't snuggle up in it because they was cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much bullshit with it. However, shout out to Atlanta for having couth and respect, for sending him off like the legend he was, even though, the industry did what they did. Like, much respect. Prayers to his parents, to his grandmother. Like, my heart went out to her, to his babies. Like, my heart go out to their whole family. You know what I'm saying? That was a very young man. That was horrible, horrible, horrible to see. Now let's talk about it. Now we can talk about it. Because I didn't got that off my chest. Because I'm telling you, the whole time I talked about that boy, I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't unsee that shit. I would read it for y'all off NBC, but I don't know. YouTube, on March the 24th, man, the guidelines got different. So I ain't fucking with that. But I will say this. They found 1,000 bottles of baby oil in Puffy house, y'all. What kind of monkey sex was you having? Matter of fact, I ain't going to insult monkeys like that. What's the ones that have sex, they get stuck? Dog. What kind of dog sex? Matter of fact, I ain't going to disrespect dogs. What in the hell was you in there doing with 1,000 bottles of baby oil? And get this shit. The prostitutes, they was the one, they was men. And he would make the men have sex with whatever women he had for days. Who the hell can do it for days? And then he had fucking IVs and goddamn IV fluids. So when a motherfucker was just out depleted and just couldn't go no more, he had to have had some type of medical somebody, because that's not how that worked. Like, in order to get a line on somebody, you got to get a good line. The line got to be flushed. Like, that's how you test it. Like, not a lot, but you got to be kind of trained medically. I don't got that creep being able to get a line on someone, especially somebody that's dehydrated. That's when your veins really are hard to find, especially somebody that's inebriated, which this thing that I'm reading right here say MDMA, which is ecstasy, cocaine. What's this thing here? Trying to find a street term for it. coke. So he gave everybody uppers, and he pretty much would threaten, he videoed it. He had a team of people that would go and put the lighting and everything, the cameras and all that all over the place. And the reason they call freak offs is because that's what he called them. And he would put, the team would go in and they would set the scene, and the baby oil and woof. However, it's over 2,000 complaints altogether. He was taking them over state line, which is considered sex trafficking. Like, but but I wonder if anybody really truly understands what's going on. Yeah, he been doing it, but we all know. Look at all the videos. Like, Puffy been doing this shit since fucking Clive. Goddamn, he been doing this since Andre Harrell was the man. Like, he's been getting down and dirty for quite some time. Why now? Why now? The law of correspondence, the law of karma. You can't take all these souls out of this shit and think they just gonna sit on the sideline and say, oh God, I'm just so scared of Puffy. Can't go to heaven yet. I'm just gonna sit here and wait afraid. No, no, no. Out of all of them souls, somebody was a chosen one, and I believe it was that one he had them children with. I believe Kim Porter was a chosen one. I believe Kim Porter might have done some shit with him that probably made her feel like she was not a child of God anymore, because, sexual deviancy is, it take away a person's life, you know. But she was still one of his. And as soon as he took her out of this shit, mind you, Wolf Jones, Craig Mack, Biggie. How do you make money off of a person's catalog and name longer than they've been alive on the earth? Biggie died at 24. He been deceased almost 26 years. Puffy been getting paid off that boy every last goddamn year. Karma came for him. Somebody was a chosen one. Somebody in their bloodline. Somebody, some way, somehow, karma came for him. You don't fuck with a mama and her babies. Took that woman away from her daughters who are twins. This woman was a model. So she know about the modeling world. She know what's out there. Shit, how you think she ended up with her daddy? Shit, their daddy shit. How the hell do you take a bitch from fine ass LB Shore? I'll wait. How you take LB Shore, bitch? Okay? However, it was like the coldest demonstration in the world, man. Somebody healthy, beautiful. Oh, they had pneumonia. They did. Oh, the niece ain't really her niece. She can't watch the kids no more. She getting too good. Like, long story short, this is karma, man. Everything it is to know going come out, and he ain't the only one. And anybody that know anything about spirit know what time it is. It was his time. Why was it his time? Uh, do you see what time of year it is? Anybody know the date? No? Oh, okay. Let me enlighten y'all. This around the time Kim Porter got took out this shit. This around that time. This around that time. Her spirit showing out. Cassie put in her lawsuit the day of the anniversary. I'm sorry, the day after. You know what I'm saying? I believe Cassie is alive right now because of Kim Porter. I believe Kim must have told her, little girl, you better run. Next thing you know, she was with the what is it? She was with the personal trainer. He don't look like he got a lot of money, but he looked like he got a lot of sense. It looked like he treated her like a lady. And another thing, she hurried up and got her a baby up in her. She hurried up. Like she hurried up and said, I got years to make up for, goddamn. I gotta get back to my mom and daddy. Like she got the fuck up out of there. Next thing you know, Kim was dead. Who knows what happened? Because people that are deceased, they tell no tales. But Cassie ain't dead. So that's why we where we at. Why? Every spirit don't just go head on. Some spirits demand their justice. Some spirits demand their justice. Justice for Rich Homie. Justice for Kim Porter. Justice for Biggie, Pop, Wolf Jones. Like justice for all of them, man. Justice for everybody. Justice for everybody that somebody went and put some fucking fentanyl in the goddamn Amazon pill press and goddamn said, I'ma sell these motherfuckers. And somebody was so goddamn fucked up in the game, they could not fucking identify, you know, because they're getting real crafty, you know. They're getting real crafty. Getting real crafty with it. You know what I'm saying? They're getting real crafty with it. Justice for all of those people, man. Justice for all of those people, man. Somebody I grew up with knocked a motherfucker out, like out cold. I mean, I've been knew dude couldn't fight. Like back in the day, I seen him get beat up before, so it wasn't really no shock. That was not shocking. What was shocking is why this person that I went to school with like my whole life, like we was in fucking pre-K together. Like one thing I never forget about him is that his father was like a real old man and his mom wasn't that old. But his daddy, he had a big brother that was like old, like around my mom age. He had another brother that was around like my big brother age. And then it was him. And that motherfucker cold cocked the shit out. I was like, damn. And you certain fights you don't break up. Some fights you do. This fight right here, you know, I got a homegirl, they call her Riddick Bowe. So I got one homegirl that'll fuck you up. She real tall and she'll beat you up. However, I told her like, let's break them up. And when we broke them up, the fight was because that little boy sold a bad pill to somebody that he knew. And he didn't like that. They came back the next day and shot that little boy 21 times. This was around the time all the Freddie Gray shit was going on. So anything else that was happening in the city, nobody wouldn't have known about it because the little crazy ass kids was burning that motherfucker down. And all the goddamn people that was on a caper was it was a mess. However, that little boy that sold that pill, he got shot by the police. He was about to get a big ass lawsuit. But for whatever reason, I don't know who gave him, I don't know how it went, but he ended up out there with them bad pills selling them. And when he sold one of them, somebody knocked the shit out of him and told him, don't come around here with that shit. And whoever he sold that pill to, because they said he only got to get one off before he got fucked up. Because people know the real from the fake. And the next day, somebody, some kin to that person, because you know they ain't make it, came and shot him. I mean, shot him when he stood still, shot him when he ran, shot him when he laid down, shot him. Took him out this shit. Over that shit right there. Over that shit right there, that fake pill shit. You know what I'm saying? And like in a couple of days, like his lawyer was mad as shit on the news. Cause that boy was about to get some money. He about to get some big money. And his lawyer was mad as shit. That Jewish man was mad as shit. He was mad. He was cussing. He was fussing. He was mad. I don't know if they ever told his family why they did what he did. I mean, I don't know how all of that go, but I do know why. You know what I'm saying? Because you shooting by, folk relatives' houses. When things happen, questions are asked. And when, I remember somebody getting damn knocked the fuck out cold. I remember, you know what I'm saying? So you ask questions, people, the streets talk. Anyway, it's time for me to get my fucking shoes on and get ready and go to lunch. Let's take a recap real quick, okay? Laugh and cry live in the same house, and so do hatred and fentanyl. People are dying from hatred. People are dying from fentanyl. People are dying from jealousy. It's like carrying around the fucking trash can full of old funky ass trash full of dirty diapers or something. If that's something that you walking around doing, go throw that shit away. Sit that motherfucker on the curb and go on and live your goddamn life. Cause that shit ain't right. Nobody should live like that. Nobody should live like that. Sometimes you just gotta learn how to walk the fuck away. It's a hard thing to do, especially when people done offended and insulted you. Went above and beyond and tried to destroy you. But when you look at the favor, you understand that your creator had on your life and allowed you to not only be able to sustain, but to thrive and get better. You understand? Understand the favor that's been placed on you and don't take that for granted. I don't take it for granted. If you're not feeling blessed today, do something to make yourself feel blessed. You're not feeling happy today, do something to make yourself feel happy. But don't just waste your time because people are getting taken away from here. They're getting taken away from here at a rate that, you know, like my man Trump say, that the world has never seen before. Shout out to my man Trump. Cause y'all cause they're eating the cats and the dogs, okay? 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 And as a matter of fact, what the hell? Who told me that? Oh yeah. My buddy in New York. Somebody grabbed a fucking seagull at Coney Island. When you grab a chicken to kill it, you grab it by the legs and snap the neck. They say one of them Venezuelans had him a goddamn seagull and was about to eat the motherfucker. And the old lady say, "Put that down. We do not eat the birds around here. Put that bird down." Now, seagulls is annoying and they'll shit on you, but bro, y'all can't be eating out seagulls, yo. Y'all can't eat out pets. I don't believe that a Haitian person would do some shit like that because and I don't think that people should be trying to put bad bones on Haitian people either. They're different. So play with that at your own risk. Wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? The people in Haiti they come from the place that my husband people are from. Not something you really want to do. Mm-mm. Nah. 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 The motherfuckers is born in the spirit world. Them motherfuckers could tear your ass up without even now trying. They ain't even gotta try, bruh. It's some people out here like that. You know what I'm saying? In my family, they call people that be doing shit, like using different little things. They call them candle thumpers and stuff in my family. They call them those kinds of things, you know, because the real people don't need no goddamn, we don't need no focal point. We don't need no focal point. Nothing. We don't need nothing. All we need is our mind. All we need is our mind. That's all anybody really need, you know. But people go around just giving their power away to different people, places, and things. Nouns, which is not safe and it's not cool. So I'm getting ready to go down here. I don't know what the fuck y'all know, but Crab Fest is on where I live at. So I'm about to go ahead on and go get me some of these good goddams. Um, it's not what I'm used to. It's not the kind of crabs from around my way, but I'll settle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna settle. Okay. So I'm gonna go down here and eat they crabs and things, and go be grown with my cute shit on. Like I said, recap. If you walking around and you carrying around baggage that's not beneficial for you or your future, leave that shit. If you can't, leave it because you're addicted to telling horrible horror stories and making up lies and things of that nature. Then hey, you do you too. Uh, if you're looking to change your life, go to the next level, grow, let some shit go. Start by seeing yourself where you want to be. Start by envisioning yourself in that place that you want to be and want to see yourself. That's the first step. Sometimes you got to step away from everything, you know, and like really educate yourself. Educate yourself about yourself and how you work and how you bring about beautiful things into your reality. Because running around with a bunch of negative emotions and negative nouns will put a damper on that. I would say, uh, don't really deal with nobody that can't give you a positive ear. Like I'm the type of friend, if you doing something that I feel like could get you harmed or hurt or fucked up at some point, I'll tell you I don't feel you should be doing that and I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you, like respectfully. I'll let you know I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'll let you know it's coming from my heart. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm also the kind of friend that'll sit and kick the shit and laugh and stuff. Like I'll tell you what time it is, either which way, you know. But at the end of all of that, I try to uplift people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody going around feeling like they low down to the ground and all of that shit. I enjoy uplifting people. I rather enjoy that. I really do. So when you're that kind of person, you know, you when people get to know who you are, you don't really match up with the lies that people tell. You don't really match up with, the concept that people have. And if you get caught up in other people's perception or conception of who you are, you understand, you'll end up losing. That's not nothing to, I don't let nothing like that even live in my reality. Why? I know myself. Anybody, y'all remember Nature Boy shit, y'all? Oh my god. Shout out to Nature Boy all the way in the fucking underneath the goddamn jail of Georgia. Good God. What the old people say? Every dog have his day. How did that poor thing had his day? What Latonya told me a long time ago, dude was going to jail. She ain't never fucking lied. Next time I talk to her, I ain't talked to her in so long. Next time I talk to her, I'ma fucking tell her, you ain't never lied, girl. His ass damn sure went to jail. Cause she the one that said it. He would laugh at her ass. Like one time, after this, I'm getting off of here. One time, she hit his live button, and he was like, "But lady, who are you?" He was like, "Who are you? What the?" He didn't understand. He was like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, I keep hearing your name. I did not like. What the fuck? Like, why are you invested in me?" God damn it. She said it years ago, about 4 or 5 years. Latonya said that nigga was going to jail. His ass had a hard laugh in her face. He laughed his ass off. Okay. 2024, she ain't never lied. No matter who you hear the truth from, God damn it, you better recognize if it's the truth. I'm about to go eat some crabs. Everybody enjoy your day. Lookers and haters and all of that shit. Everybody enjoy your day. And if you take opioids, please have Narcan available. The life you save could be your own. Peace.
To be real cool, yeah, you turned out to be a slave. We used to be real cool, yeah, you did some grimy shit, get trust. We used to be real cool, yeah, you turned out to be a slave. We used to be real cool, yeah, you did some grimy shit, get trust. We used to be real cool, yeah, you turned out to be a slave, fuck you. We used to be real cool, yeah, you did some grimy shit, can't trust you.